Could this be double trouble, or can we get them both working? Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're looking at two Sony SL-C9 Betamax machines. Now, it's been ages since I've looked at a C9, to be honest, and yeah, we've got some quite fun ones to come up, possibly, including me building one out of a load of parts, if I can, but we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, I just thought I'd look at these two. Now, this one came in as a possible repair, if I could get it going, and it's sat here for quite a long time actually, because I managed to get another machine going, and the guy who owns this basically had several machines, and he bought a machine off me as well, so he's fine, but he has sort of said, well, you can have them, but if you do get one going, then let me know, and maybe I'll have one back. I don't know. So yeah, it'd be nice to get this going. It's a bit unusual insofar as it's black, but it is fairly tatty. It's missing the door. They both are, as you can see. But yeah, so this one I bought off eBay quite some time ago, and I actually bought it just for spares, and ended up not really using anything from it. As far as I know, it's complete, but I don't know, so we'll have a look at that. But this thing has been damp. You can see it's got loads of rust on the top. Not a problem, because I've actually got quite a few top covers. I've even got another door, I think, but you can see here the sort of anti-static tape entry hole that sort of drains away any static that might be on the cassette before it goes in. You can see where it's started to really suffer from being in moisture. So this machine, I'm fairly confident, is probably going to be only good for spares, and probably only good for mechanical spares pretty much. But we'll take a look. It'd be quite interesting. So this is a C9E, and this is a UB. So obviously slightly different markets, but the power supplies on these don't need any adjustment to go between 220 to 240 volts, so that's cool. The switch mode power supplies. I know this one definitely, the DC-DC converter is dead, so I have got one of these, and you might have seen these on eBay, being sold for quite a lot of money, nearly 60 UK pounds, thereabouts. You can buy two and get a bit of a saving. I think they're actually more than that. I'll put a screenshot if they're still for sale on eBay. This guy actually sold some slightly different ones a while back that used the XP modules, and I had one of those, and it used to whistle and run really hot, so it wasn't great. The other problem with these is that there is no AC out for the heaters, so it's actually running the heaters on DC, and it's okay to do that, but the thing about running AC is that it causes a slight vibration, and it sort of keeps the heaters clean. You have a getter in the bottom of the VFD as well to catch all that rubbish as it comes off. Also, you don't see them so much. You to sort of get the right amount of heating with DC, I tend to find you see the heaters, but yeah. Anyway, we'll have a look at that, and do maybe a bit of a review of this if we get that far. I have no idea what's going to happen in this video, whether we're going to get to a stage where we can try one of these or what. So yeah, I suppose we ought to take the covers off. Let's take the covers off this one first and just investigate how bad it is. Let's crack on. Well, looks a bit deceptive. This machine, I mean, you can see it's had moisture in it, but yeah, it's a shame because it actually has the metal cogs. So what might happen in the end, I have got another one of these with plastic cogs on. It's perfectly good, but I might swap the cogs over and yeah, put that front loading system in, because this is really quite badly corroded. The other great thing about this is it has the later DC-DC converter. So generally, if you're lucky enough, and these tend to be pretty good, if I don't have a display, then the chances are if I recap it, it'll be fine. I think it might be worth powering this on. Maybe. I'm just looking at how far the moisture's gone. What I might do is just take the bottom cover off, so to see if there's any signs of moisture on the bottom boards. So it's actually looking in really good condition. Really nice and clean, which is great. So I think it must have been just bits of water just dropping onto the top of the cabinets, and obviously some's gone in that front loading system, which is not great. And inside, I mean, inside the back cover is absolutely fine. But what I'd forgotten, oh, there's a tiny bit of rust there. Yeah, which is actually not that unusual, to be honest. But I'd forgotten about this. It's actually got some receipts. So it's got a receipt here from Worthing, £140 in 1987. But then it's got this receipt, or this job sheet, if you like, docket. White lines across screen, noisy motor, no advance estimate as to how much to put in working order. So locate faults and repair. So it's had a new pinch roller assembly. It's had the gear set, cassette not correctly seated in down position, door cleaned, and heads okay, motor okay, good condition. So yeah, that's really good. 12th of the 2nd, 93. And you can see they actually paid that bill, so that's all done. 66.74. Those were the days. So yeah, I don't know whether Man's radio and television are still going. I suppose I could have a look just to see when they closed down. Probably they did, I don't know. Down in Hove, Brighton. So I think I got this machine actually from Russell. So yeah, probably Russell will comment as and when he sees this. But yeah, I think I might have got this off Russell. Trying to find it a good home, and hopefully it's found one. So I won't be using this bottom cover, but I would like to preserve these receipts. So what might happen in the end is that I scan these in, just so if I do decide to sell it, then they've got this as part of the history. But like I say, I might be getting way ahead of myself, because I think this machine might be a basket case, but I don't know. Like I say, it's making all the right noises so far, just because of the update to the DC-DC and the front loading system gears. But yeah, I suppose need to put a plug in it and power it on. All good fun. Okay, so let's look at the second one, the black one. This has had a hard life. There's a dent there, screws are missing. Let's lift the top off because it's going to be nice and easy. There's no screws. Right, so this looks pretty much bog standard. We've got the original DC AC converter, original plastic gears, but it looks fairly okay. It's not really ever been serviced, I don't think. The screws are out there. To be fair, I may well have done that when I originally had the machine just to check it out. But I might have even it's had a new belt at some point. I was going to say, I wondered if I put that belt on to check it. I can't remember if I've ever really done much more than turned it on. Yeah, shall we power it up and see how it goes? Okay, so I've plugged it into my TV, and it's got a Euro plug, so I need an adapter to plug it in, see what it does. So not much. Power's on at the back. Okay, so power's on. So DC AC converter is not well. Nice and smooth. That's actually really good. So let's press play. And we have nothing. Nothing at all. So it all looks pretty good. I mean, it's had a new upper drum, because the original had the sort of brass effect, sort of assembly on the top here. But yeah, just no picture at all. Nothing. You know, going to pause, which is usually all unmute stuff. I get nothing, and there's literally nothing. Really interesting. Okay. Well, I think I found out why there's no video. There's actually a visible break in the print on the video out, and putting the meter across it, it's completely open circuit. I mean, that is a really clean, good break. So yeah, I'll fix that, and we'll give it a try. Everything else looks really clean and tidy, to be fair, so that's good. Okay, so here it goes. I did change the fuse actually on the board while it was out, just for reliability. Do we get a picture? We do. We do get a picture. Tracking left. Tracking right. That's great. Oops. Yeah, it does sort of roll a little bit as I bring it back, but yeah, that's really good. Let's try the still. So it should be perfect. Where is it? There we go. Needs to go most of the way over. So what I'm doing is adjusting the TV vert lock. So that's the vertical lock for the still, and yeah, it's right up the other end, and I mean, that's pretty good. Frame. Let's go back. Really a very nice machine. So, we will certainly get this up and running, see if the owner wants that done. Change that DC AC, and yeah, it should be a really nice machine, to be honest, if not a little bit tatty, but we'll push out that dent in the top. But yeah, so let's crack on. Well, I played a tape in it last night, right the way through, and absolutely faultless. Rewound it, absolutely faultless, just great. You know, it seems to be working really well. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fit this module. I'm going to do a dedicated video on this module, which you can buy off eBay for quite a lot of money. But yeah, we'll see if it does the trick. Okay, so the upper drum is looking fairly worn, so I think I'm going to resurface that. So I'm going to do that next, and yeah, I won't show it because I've done it so many times, and I put a card up to how I do it. But yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so all done. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was more sort of dirt than anything, but it has been resurfaced. I've also cleaned the tape path. And it was pretty clean, to be fair. So I think we are now ready to give this a try. Okay, so we pretty much know this works, but let's power it on, put a cassette in. I'm not convinced I've actually cleaned the Hall effect on this, so I'll have to do that. I won't show that either because, well, I've shown it in so many videos. So, yeah, it's a few little bits of muck just passing through because I've cleaned it. You always get a few bits of contamination when you first start. Last bits come off, so that's tracking furthest right, tracking furthest left. It's really a very nice machine. Still, look at that. I do so love C9s. And back. Really cool. So that's great. So I will, like I say, I'll clean that Hall effect because I'm sure that's going to be covered in gunk, and then we'll get back to the other machine. But we have a working machine, a tatty working machine, but it is a working machine. So yeah, let's crack on. Wasn't actually going to show the Hall effect, but my goodness, you can actually see the rot. That's really terrible. So yeah, this certainly needs cleaning. I'm surprised it's still working. Well, that's a lot better. Like I say, I'm not really worried about glue up the side of the plastic assembly there. It's between the legs, and God, it was just it looked really rotten, to be fair. Like I say, I'm amazed it's even working. So yeah, I'll put it back together and hope it still works. So there we have it, all done, and it's polished up. It's got so many scratches on it. It's been well used. I found a couple of extra screws for the case as well. Bottom's back on. Hall effect is perfect now. So I'll give this a run. Give it sort of, I'll put a few tapes through it, and yeah, but really pleased with this, and so nice to see that display back. So yeah, let's crack on with the other one. So before I actually power this up, I thought I'd just check everything, because obviously this has had some moisture in it, and the heads don't sound terribly good. In fact, this was actually jammed, but you can hear just how bad those bearings are. So I may well be changing that. And I wouldn't be surprised the coils are bad as well. So yeah, that's if it even powers up. But yeah, let's give it a test. Okay, let's power test it. So far so good. Well, yeah, sort of expected that from the heads. But it's working so far. Don't know how long for. Oh yeah, making all sorts of weird, wonderful noises. And heads aren't looking terribly special. I'm saying heads. Could really be anything. I would suggest probably that is bad head coils. Okay, so we've made some progress, definitely. We've got the black one sorted, which is fantastic. But I think I'm going to leave this one here. We'll do a part 2 on getting this one working as well as we possibly can. Yeah, you see that's on dim as well. Wow. So yeah, with that, hope you enjoyed this one. Something a bit different, and nice to see some C9s again. But yeah, like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff, and I will see you in another video, hopefully. Bye for now.